is time to touch our bags and drop our sack on this mailbag edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. You got questions, we got answers. This comes from our live show, the watch party we did on Thursday night, where you guys gave your instant reaction, your thoughts to the performance we saw from the Kansas City Chiefs and where this team could potentially go from here. We will share our thoughts and hear from you guys directly coming up in just a moment. Before we do, folks, I want to make sure not only you're subscribed to the Chiefs Report, but also that you're part of the Noti gang. Those are the real ones that have their notifications turned on, that never miss a single show. Every time we go live, every time we have a new video, breaking news, they are the first to know when we have new content on the channel. If you love the Kansas City Chiefs, this is the channel for you. Subscribe now for free. Turn on notifications. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV to subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. Patty Supreme says, what do you think the Chiefs wide receivers on Thursday? Do we need to pursue a player like Darius Slayton? So Darius Slayton's been a name that's come up in potential trade rumors, the New York Giants wide receiver. And it seems like there's a chance he could be moved potentially at the trade deadline. He's been okay. He's not a bad receiver. Last year, 50 catches, 770 yards, 4 touchdowns, close to 16 yards of reception. And remember, he's in a bad offense. He's got Daniel Jones throwing him the football. Gross. But even with that said, I liked what I saw from the Chiefs receiving corps on Thursday night with the way Rasheed Rice stepped up over 100 yards receiving, the way Xavier was worthy of the moment. Not only in the receiving game, but also that reverse that he had for that touchdown run. And you're going to get Hollywood Brown back sooner than later. I think this Chiefs receiving corps is better than advertised. I mean, if you want to make a move for Darius Slayton, I won't be mad. I won't be opposed to it. It wouldn't hurt. But that feels like a luxury more so than a need for this Chiefs receiving corps right now. I don't think you have to have him, but I don't hate the idea. I feel much better about this receiving corps than I think a lot of people do. So I'll vote no on this idea personally. What do you guys think? Should the Chiefs trade for Darius Slayton? Type T for trade, P for pass. Way in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time is the place to go for the best seats. The lowest prices guaranteed. Whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more, Game Time has got it all. You choose the event you want to go to. They got the prices listed. Then you choose your seats. See if you like that seat or not. Get the visual. And then you're checking out with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, all major credit card providers. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting to see tickets to your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals and great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. They have their super deals, which are deals you're not going to want to pass up on. They have their seat views, so you can zoom in and see if you like that seat or not. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code, CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Kelsey's burner. Is this Taylor checking in? She was at the game the other night, looking pretty fine. How do you feel about the Chiefs cornerbacks after week 1? Should we make a trade for a guy like Jonathan Jones? They gave up a lot of yards, and I like Lamar. I think Lamar is arguably the second best quarterback in this league, but he's still not a great passer. And Lamar was able to find his spots. This secondary was leaving a lot of guys wide open. I would much rather make a trade for a guy like Jonathan Jones than I would Darius Slayton right now. He's a guy on the trade block. 2022 had 4 picks. 2023, 48 tackles, 7 pass breakups, didn't have any picks. But that could be a difference maker. That could be a guy that you throw on this team and puts them over the top. I got to tell you, I'm not overly concerned, but I'm concerned enough based on what I saw on Thursday night of just how much they struggled to cover guys. And I think we're going to get a better idea when the Chiefs play the Cincinnati Bengals, who have arguably the best receiving core in football with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and all those guys there, then we'll get a better idea. But it was not a good showing for the secondary. A guy like Jonathan Jones, that could possibly make sense for a trade for Kansas City. Should the Chiefs trade for Jonathan Jones? Type Y for yes, in for no. Weigh in the comment section, let us know. Would you like to see a trade for Jonathan Jones or not? Weigh in. Lennon writes, is Rice at a steady pace to stay wide receiver 1, even with Brown coming back? I mean, you put up 7 catches and over 100 yards. Yeah, you're the guy. You're that guy. I loved what I saw from Rasheed Rice. And I know he's got the off-the-field stuff going on. Everybody knows that. There's no secret to that. But with that said, look at what he's done on the field. Training camp, the preseason, week 1. He was good as a rookie. And he was your top wideout last year as a rookie. And then here he comes this year, building upon that, being that guy, being that dude. Now, personally, I don't read in too much into who's the number 1 or who's the 2 or who's the 3. I think Andy Reid, when Hollywood comes back, is going to find a way to effectively use Brown and Worthy and Rice and get the most out of all of them. But if you're asking just who is the best one, it's Rasheed Rice. I think he's that guy. Worthy is coming along nicely. Hollywood's going to be good too. But no, you don't have to sit here and say that Rice has to take a back seat to anybody. He doesn't have to take a back seat to no one, as far as I'm concerned. Cole writes in, the Chiefs drafting Worthy looks like a better decision than ever. What happened to Steele? So Steele had that fumble. Wasn't great. He ended up with 2 carries, 3 yards. First game, I'm not worried about Carson Steele. Carson Steele's going to be okay. Now, Xavier Worthy. Yeah. And remember this. You traded up for him. You gave up assets. Wasn't guaranteed he was still going to be around when you picked at 32. And you took that chance. And I think it's paying off. It's paying off well. And everybody talks about how good of a runner he is. We can't argue about the speed. But there's more to it with Xavier Worthy. He's a good route runner, finds ways to get open, good hands. I like what Xavier Worthy is bringing to the table and bringing to this offense. He's exactly what this team needed. Xavier Worthy, I mean, it's hard not to watch him play and not get a sports boner. I mean, like, that's the type of impact you're like, wow, this guy's legit. I mean, that's the type of things he does. Wingus, what part of the foot doesn't lie? The toe doesn't lie. As Isaiah Likely, that close to this game being totally different. Harbaugh was ready to go for 2 to try to go win this game. Yeah, that was something. Likely had a great night, over 100 yards receiving, arguably the best night of his career so far. He's a very good tight end. But, man, that was a little close. That was a little close. I mean, credit to replay for getting it right, the camera angles and everything. But, yeah, that was something else. I had to breathe a bit after seeing that because I'm like, wow, yikes. But, man, thankfully, I always loved the rule in the NFL that you have to have 2 feet in. I wish college would go to 2 feet in. A night like this, I'm very thankful for 2 feet in. Matt, with our last question. Which Chiefs player stood out to you the most versus the Ravens? I mean, I think it's got to be Rasheed Rice. Just the way that he got open, continued to make play after play after play. Rasheed Rice is here to stay. Last year was not a fluke. And I think by the end of the year, he's going to be in the discussion for a Pro Bowl and be one of those upper echelon receivers. He's that good, folks. That good. Thanks for joining us here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. For continuing Chiefs coverage, subscribe now. Got plenty of great stuff ahead over the next several days, so be on the lookout for that. I'm Tyler Jones. We'll see you next time.